And it says we're live.
Lies.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Well,
so
let's-
tired. Okay, let's see here. If you'd like to keep the heat on at the blanket fort, donate here. Yeah, it's Texas. Weather's off its meds.
Yeah, dropped 30 degrees in less than 24 hours.
You like coffee? Considering it's cold out there,
Yeah.
talk to these guys. Let them know you heard about it here. Maybe listen to us more coffee. Smart ass t-shirts. tinyurl.com among the leaves tees. Smart ass t-shirts. Yes, I am tired. I am tired. Am I allowed to talk about this?
I don't know that you can use specific names. We can make references.
So, as a
Dumbass kid.
anonymous reference, Cedar's dumbass kid hydroplaned her pickup in the downpour last night.
And it was a downpour, trust me, folks.
Leapt a 3-foot drop, went across about 20 yards of shoulder, through a 6-strand barbed wire fence, and proceeded to have marital relations with a whole bunch of mesquite trees. He's fine. He's fine. Her truck, not so much.
Mild-mannered cedar. Not so much.
So I was on the way home, got the call about that Cedar's kid had been in a wreck, started looking, called dispatch. They sent me the wrong wreck.
Yeah.
Finally showed up, and apparently, little bitty Cedar bailed out of her car, walked up to the kid, and proceeded to get a chunk of his ass. And the on-scene officer said, "Yep, that's his mom."
Visual of the truck is battered but not broken. Yeah, we'll see.
She got a chunk of that ass. It was a thing of beauty.
So, Cedar, mild-mannered, barely raises her voice. Cedar.
Yeah.
How done she is with this dumbass 18-year-old.
Yeah.
The one of the officers told me later that if she got on much longer, he would have handed her his taser and gone to look at a tire. Yep, that's his mom.
Yep.
Kid's okay. The truck, not so much. I write in my stories that a tow truck, you need a tow truck driver with imagination and flexible mindset. This was one of those times. He was apparently
he ships out on the 16th if he lives
that long.
He's gonna be living in a crate in the garage at this point. But no, Cedar could use some love and some happy stuff.
Yeah,
she is so stressed out.
Cedar needs happy stuff.
He was not injured, Rick.
No, he's fine. Well, his pride.
He started injured because the man has no goddamn brain cells. So.
Yeah.
He's a teenage boy. He has enough blood in his body to run one of the two heads.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not injured yet. Yeah. So if you've got happy stuff for Cedar, she needs happy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be some Chiefs problem. Yeah.
And Liz, that's okay. You're fine. It's
Yeah.
okay. You don't get it. You're fine. And so I went and showed up at the scene and talked to Cedar and did command voice at the kid and talked to the responding officers. So I'm a little tired.
Yeah. And I was sitting at the house waiting on a text to come get something or do something, which didn't happen, thankfully. Yeah. So more easily molded. We'll see. In other,
I'm not sure if the Navy is going to take a recruit that's already got half his ass missing.
in other news, sadly, we have lost the last actual survivor of the USS Arizona.
Yeah.
Lou Conter, who was 102 years old. He was a quartermaster on the Arizona and was going on watch when the attack started. He was blown to the deck by the initial explosion and spent a half an hour trying to save people as the ship sunk around him. He went on to become a pilot, flew with the Black Cats out of New Guinea, was shot down twice, became an intelligence officer in Korea, and later worked as a military advisor for Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Lyndon Johnson. Chief Carruthers did talk about him, said he was, quote unquote, one lucky son of a bitch.
Well, he
Yeah.
He suckered the Reaper 3 times.
Yeah. Because not many people that got shot down in the Black Cat survived. So he he can rest in peace knowing that many, many people have the watch for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends the burials on USS Arizona. There will be no more.
Was he interred in Arizona?
He was not. He had said he would not be interred. So the last person interred was 2 years ago. So there will be no more burials. In the stupid news, Niagara Falls,
God.
New York is declaring a state of emergency ahead of the total eclipse on the 8th of April because they expect 1 million people to hit Niagara Falls.
No, not for me.
Not going to Dallas either, even though Dallas is going to be in
San Antonio.
Or San Antonio. Going to be in the total eclipse.
Not going to happen.
Because imagine, if you will, you go to this place along with everybody and their friggin' brother, and what are you going to do? You got to go to the bathroom. There is no place to go to the bathroom. You're there for 4 minutes. It takes you how long to get there? Now you're all in a parking lot on the highway. Do you have enough gas to get home? Do you have enough gas to get to a gas station? You're in an EV. What's your charge?
Nope.
Where are you going to charge it? Nope.
No.
Going to be sitting at the house watching it.
I think our TVs aren't hooked up to anything except, I don't think our TV's hooked up. How don't remember the last time our TVs were on.
Yeah.
I get a cup of coffee and a book and just be a happy man in my house.
Yeah, technically the eclipse lasts for several hours. Totality is just a few minutes. So, and not going to waste my time.
Don't care.
Yeah. And all that is why they pre-declared the emergency. Yeah, Rick, and it's New York. It's a blue state. So, oh my God. Yeah, watch it in the backyard. Yep. That's basically what I'm going to do.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Good book. I'm going to sit on my nice comfy recliner. Oh, there was an eclipse.
Yeah.
Change the page.
Yeah. Yeah, Liz. Let's say I have had that discussion with my grandkids at 7 and 5 about running their ATVs up and down the street. So now they don't do that anymore. they run them through the yard until Daddy got a hold of them. Then they stopped that. So now he loads them on the trailer and takes them down to a park where they can run their ATVs.
There you go.
Yeah, the total eclipse is absolutely worth seeing. But
Mm.
if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
I've seen at least one.
Yeah.
I don't. When you have, I thought when I left Africa, the whole superstitious religious bourgeois was done.
Fooled you.
Yeah. American rednecks aren't any less superstition than African indigenous natives.
Yeah.
I don't feel like dealing with that bourgeois. I
Yeah,
really don't.
depending on where you were, Tom, you got to see all of it in Afghanistan because unless you were up in the hills, it's pretty much flat over there.
It's like the sheer amount of
Kabul, yeah.
of superstitious bourgeois and paranoia conspiracy theories. It's like, yeah, coffee and a good book sounds a lot better.
Oh, Padre, really? Dang Baptist. I'll have you know I'm a lapsed casserole Baptist.
I've been living amongst a bunch of Shiite Baptists for a while.
Now, the Shiite Baptists are over in Louisiana, trust me.
No, I am in Louisiana. I'm going to a Catholic church, not a Baptist one.
Partial eclipses. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if you've ever seen one, it's interesting to watch. Don't look directly at it though, please. Lay's potato chip bag makes an Erzat Suns filter. Yep.
Yeah. Coming from the school of allegedly some of this table, after having been the subject of a sermon at a Baptist church, was found at 3 a.m. sitting on the hood of the Baptist preacher's car in the alley behind a 21-year-old co-ed's house.
Yep.
At 3 a.m. Small town cops, we know all about your little peccadillos. Just because we don't tell anybody about them doesn't mean we don't know about them.
Yeah.
So you might want to keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah. Rick says at least she was of age.
Same age as his daughters.
Yeah. In other news, 3 a.m.
Poor Tom.
Yeah. Friday was the 50th anniversary of the end of Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
The Vietnam police action. It was never actually a war.
Nope. We haven't had one of those since World War II.
World War II. Yeah. Korea was police action too. And so was Iraq and Afghanistan.
So is every dust up we've been in.
Yeah. So they did a thing out at the Air Force Base, and about 50 of us showed up. And they did it in one of the hangars where they have one of their basic schools. So a bunch of the kids were standing behind where we were sitting. And yes, we were pretty much all sitting because we're all broke. And I heard one of the kids lean over to one of the other ones. He had forgotten how sound carries in a hangar. And he made a comment. He says, geez, these are a bunch of old farts. I almost turned around and said, yeah, because that was 50 years ago. And we were younger then, considerably younger. The chaplain, who was a Air Force colonel, full colonel, was doing the handshake and giving us our little pins. And finally got up to him. And he shook my hand and said, and I couldn't help it. I said, well, chaplain, I see nothing's changed all these years. We're still standing in friggin' lines. And he looked at me,
it's
his
the
jaw
military.
dropped, and you could see the wheels turning, and he went, "Yeah, pretty much nothing's changed." And the veteran that was standing with him handing out the stuff just busted out laughing. So yeah, better to be an old fart than a young shit. Yeah. The last helo out was April the 15th, 1975. Uh, Ironically, one of the guys that was there and I got to talking, and he was in Tonsanute in the Air Force in the tower when we were directing traffic offshore. And he said, "I was talking to you guys." We're further from 9/11 than Vietnam was from the first Gulf War. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, Greg, the one of the guys there, 2,000 hours, 2,000 combat hours in an EB-66 over Vietnam, and survived it, and never crashed an airplane. Which, when you consider the EB-66, that's an absolute friggin' miracle. And he said point blank, he said, that was because we had the best maintainers out there.
Poor Cedar's poor kid. Once the tow truck driver had pulled her truck off of its prison loving of some mesquite trees,
Yeah.
I asked Cedar if there was anything in the truck she needed.
Yeah.
And the kid starts reading off a list and said, "I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to your mother." And the poor kid, I felt a little bit set in his expression. I felt a little bit sorry for him. And Cedar said she didn't need anything. So I told the kid, "All right, what do you need?" And he gave me a list. I said, "Okay, there's a truck. Go get it."
Yeah.
Because I'm a bastard.
Yeah, Greg, the recce crew lived in the belly of the bird and ejected downward, not upward. Just like the B-52. At least y'all had ejection seats. The A-3 did not. All they had was a slide in the belly, which didn't work real well off the carrier.
Yeah, I was texting everybody, let everybody know everything was okay, because Cedar had kind of neglected certain details in favor of chewing his ass on the scene, and quite frankly, really impressing a couple of young officers with the volume and detail of ass chewing she was delivering. But she neglected to provide some updates. So I was providing updates, and John and Rita both promised to beat his ass next time they saw him.
Yeah. B-52 Navigator's emergency wheel chocks. Yeah. 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 Padre, your first sergeant was SF in Vietnam. My first senior chief, or actually master chief that I worked for in the Navy, had been an enlisted pilot in VF-3 in World War II.
Liz says her kid is going to be so happy when he gets on that sub.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, the NCO came out in Ian last
Woo!
night.
The junior senior NCO came out. I was a little. I did. I talked to him like an E3.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
I feel kind of sorry. I feel because his eyes got really big. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your mother.
Yeah. Well, it was the knife hand thing too. I'm gonna guarantee you did that.
I don't remember.
I just guarantee you.
I just remember the voice came out, and by the end of the statement, it's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." Oh well.
Yeah, the knife hand wins.
He's an idiot. Cedar says he's an idiot, which is the first thing I said to him when I got out of the car at the scene. According to the officer's reports, you didn't say it, you bellowed it.
That's called a release of tension.
Whoo!
Oh, yes. The things that we do that just pop out sometimes.
I've been doing that more and more these days, and it's really kind of concerning.
Yeah.
Apparently the two officers on the scene have figured that out. Woo!
Command voice training, yes.
I didn't get to see it either, but reports were it was impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick, assuming he gets through all the schools, and as soon as he gets to his boat, he'll be mess cranking for anywhere from 30 to 90 days, depending.
Mess cranking?
Yeah, he will be peeling potatoes in the galley.
Oh, good.
Which is about as big as from here to the wall and not much wider than this.
Oh, good.
So he's going to be in there with two culinary specialists who are actually trying to cook. And he's going to be opening cans and peeling potatoes.
I have a level of comfort with this.
And cleaning.
Wow, there's a skill he needs to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. Cleaning.
Oh, poor boy's gonna have to deal with dishes he doesn't like.
Yeah.
And smells he doesn't.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't hear that, John is still a little bit crispy about the whole thing.
Potatoes can't yell at you, but I'm going to guarantee you the CSs can.
Oh. The only time I ever had pull KP, I was in basic training.
Yeah.
I was always too busy and too important or too necessary.
Yeah.
To pull. After that, I never pulled KP again. Well, a few.
Yeah.
No, but he's a kid. He's a teenager.
Hey, Nancy.
He's a teenager. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Jerry, for the number 10 cans, it's all mechanical. Garbage can grease traps. Actually, they have a very specific way of getting rid of trash on the submarines.
They feed it to the 18-year-old? Oh, wait. My bad.
Yeah, they may be the bottom of the food chain, but they still have to qualify on the ship. Yeah, I've mess cooked in boot camp.
So in a year or so, we'll laugh about this.
Yeah.
He's a teenager. He survived. He's a teenage boy. Military is going to be the best thing for him, I think.
Yeah.
The United States military has a little over 200 years of learning how to take 18-year-old boys and actually do something about them.
Unmarred by progress.
Unmarred by progress. It's Mesquite, Cedar agreed. Well, okay.
Yeah.
He did the pictures that I took. He did a workmanlike job of messing that pickup up. I got to give him.
Apparently hit the gas instead of the brake. Panic reaction.
The best guess the experienced accident people on scene could.
Yes, sir, Brass. That is sadly true.
Yeah.
Yeah, TDUs. Oh, TDUs. I've heard stories, Rick.
I went Army because I don't swim all that well.
Land's never more than 5 miles away.
Straight down.
Yeah. Or French frigate shoals north of Hawaii.
Pacific's not my area. AO.
It's 3 feet deep.
Okay. Oh, Coast Guard.
They had, not my crew, but another crew was coming back off a mission and went by French frigate shoals just after sunrise. And there were 3 guys standing on French frigate shoals.
Yeah.
In the middle of the ocean with no boat. Because they had apparently hit it the night before and sunk their boat. So they called the Coast Guard out of Hawaii, who flew out and dropped life rafts to them. And the Navy had to run a destroyer over there to pick them up because they weren't paying attention to where they were.
Oh, so the boat was there somewhere.
Oh, the boat was on the bottom.
I was thinking they walked out there or something.
No. This is literally over 1,000 miles at sea.
It's 3 foot deep, 1,000 miles out.
French frigate Shoals comes up
Okay, makes sense.
where it's literally within 3 feet of the
I'm
surface.
guessing it's named that because a French frigate found it.
Yep,
Ah,
back in the day.
You keep talking. Guys always look so terrified when I walk by.
no, I'm just waiting for the.
Waiting for the explosion.
There's no explosion here.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Well, that's the back.
Oh, you can beat that out.
Yeah, well, the undercarriage is the issue.
Yeah.
So, bits.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see the
So
rest
we'll
of the
see what
front.
Barry can do. Look at all this area.
Yeah,
It's pretty crinkled.
That's cosmetic.
Yeah.
Well, it may not just be cosmetic. He may have wrecked the frame,
Well, he went.
especially when he went over that dip. If he's tweaked the frame, that's like
Well, okay, the area we're describing is US 287. So, if you are southbound on 287, there's about 3 foot drop. The shoulder is about 3 foot lower. So, young Goobermeister hydroplaned, went off, and then landed on 2 wheels. There might have been a bit of spray, but it could have just been wet. And then he took off, went through a 6-strand barbed wire fence. Apparently didn't even slow him down. And then what slowed him down were the several mesquite trees he and the truck apparently had Congress with.
Yes, AJ. The French crew surrendered to the Shoals. They had no choice in the matter.
Anyway, so the radiator apparently is fine.
The radiator's fine. I'm shocked.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm
the truck may be survivable then.
Yeah.
If they told it, she could keep it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Barry's he's good. He might be able to, and he'll be kind on the bills for Cedar.
Is there a hole bitten in the driver's seat cushion? Probably.
It wasn't bitten. I'm pretty sure that part of the extrication process was rocking him to break the seals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll him over or pull a seat out of his ass. Oh wait, what?
Oh, yeah, Sir Brass. That's the sad part is what your wife had to do to defend a Marine used to be normal. It wasn't considered hazing because
Wait. He gave extra PT to enlisted he caught cheating on their ATC exam.
Yeah.
That's NJP. What's the issue? Why do you have what?
I don't know. That's the thing. Back in the day, that was normal.
Had to defend a Marine NCO who was court-martialed for hazing because he gave extra PT to an enlisted who was caught cheating on an exam.
What?
Yeah.
Did you notice the note from Kelly in there?
Note from Kelly where?
Kelly hit a deer yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, again,
my God.
that's the third time Kelly's hit a deer.
Kelly,
Three.
Get some whistles on the front of your truck.
Now those whistles friggin' attract the deer.
Well,
The first one I know of, he hit in Colorado.
Yeah.
The second one I know of,
the Colorado one is like epic at this
Yeah.
point. But I mean,
the second one he hit was in Louisiana. Now he's hit one in.
Kelly, stop trying to relive good times.
Yeah.
So, what the hell? Everyone's got to stop doing this stuff.
Kelly.
I swear to God, I'm gonna ship him a case full of orange hunter caps.
Yeah.
And a box of cigarettes, because good Lord,
Oh
is Kelly in here?
no.
Okay,
Well, he was. He commented. That's
there he is.
Yeah.
Kelly, I discovered I had those deer whistles mounted in my bumper backwards.
Yeah, 2 more and he's an ace. He doesn't need that, trust me.
Oh, that's right. 2 more. He's an ace. 2 more.
Oh. Get Kelly an orange wrap for this truck. Yeah. Oh,
Needs an air horn.
yeah. Yeah, Sir Brass. That's absolutely stupid. Oh,
What?
that it even went to a court martial.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's target herbivore in the open, load left bumper.
Yeah.
We love Tom.
Yeah.
No, but it's. Do you know how many people I have PT'd till their arms fell off for stuff, cheating on exams?
Yeah.
There was one that cut a loop out of land nav.
Yeah.
And he had arm cramps by the time I was done with him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Hell, I got NJP for being late to go on watch.
Yeah.
I was 15 minutes late because I was in the Navy. You're supposed to relieve a half hour early.
yeah,
I relieved 15 minutes early. So my punishment was I got 15 days restriction and 15 days EMI. Extra military instruction, which was to go out and clean out pad eyes on the ramp with a toothbrush. And I had to buy the friggin' toothbrush. And I went through a bunch of toothbrushes in 15 days. Trust me.
I had one private in the front lean rest position with my boots on his back because he was company runner, and I caught him asleep.
Yeah, you're right, Rick. I was never late for a watch relief again. And to this day, now well over 50 years later, I am still early, usually at least 15 minutes, if not more.
The Great Defense Language Institute Mass Article 15 of what?
Of 1990.
You can't do Mass Article 15s.
Oh, they try.
You can't do Mass Article 15s.
They try.
No, it's okay. Article 15s are stupid.
Yeah.
Article 15s are stupid. The hanging paper on the kids is stupid. That stuff always comes back to bite them on the butt. And you get an 18-year-old who's just wrecked his mom's pickup. You don't put paperwork on him.
Yeah.
You go out and you PT him till his arms fall off.
Yeah. Liz, I'm 72 years old. I've been rode hard, put up wet quite a few times. Yeah, they make herd bumpers for a Tacoma. The problem is,
ambulances are designed to hit deer. They've got nice, solid bumpers.
Yeah.
His Tacoma, not designed for smacking deer.
Yeah.
Kelly, is your Tacoma okay? Because isn't this the second one it's had its way with?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think this Tacoma's the second one he said.
Yeah, at least hopefully this one didn't get the radiators.
Oh, the pictures look ugly.
Hush, Ben. Oh, Kelly. If you'd have asked me ahead of time, I could have told you which bars.
there was an inspection. They found a midget stripper in one of the wall lockers in an inspection. This would have been I just made E5, so fuck. I forget. Anyway, so they found a midget stripper hiding in one of the wall lockers, and I had the entire room doing good mornings. That's actually not the name, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
I had the entire room doing platoons until I got tired of drinking coffee. And they knew better. And it's friggin' cavalry.
Yeah.
You can't stop them.
No.
You can't stop the little buggers from being twisted. You can't. They're cavalry. It's a lot like infantry, only with a little more razzmatazz. You can't stop them from being little perverts, but you can train them to be smart about it.
Yeah.
And if you've got all 8 of them doing good mornings in their room until you run out of coffee, they'll learn to be smart about it next time.
Or just figure out a different way to do it.
Exactly, smart about it.
Underage drinking on Memorial Day weekend. See, this is what is so friggin' stupid. It's don't even get me started on it. Just friggin' don't.
And the other 18, they're gonna drink.
Yeah.
In the Army, when
if you only got $6,000 of damage, Kelly, you were lucky.
When I got a screwdriver and pried the sergeant stripes out of my collarbones, apparently something else we're not doing these days.
Yeah.
We went out. We had a nice. We got tore up, but I got a lot of advice from older sergeants, and one of them was the little shits are perverts. They're alcoholics and they're perverts. Our job is to teach them how to get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, privates are going to be privates.
They are.
Miscreant E4 is going to be miscreant E4s.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Elvis collar BDUs. Mafia hijinks. Oh, God.
I used to wear God's own plaid, and I was quite happy about it.
Yeah.
But good Lord. I also had scars from where I made sergeant. So, like walking into Liz, go look at Quokkas.
Yeah.
Nothing like walking into a barracks room, looking up and noticing new spots on the ceiling.
Yeah. And wondering.
And don't ever take black light into the barracks. Just don't. Don't.
You don't want to take a black light into a lot of bedrooms.
Oh, you want to have a bad time? Go to a mattress store after hours and turn on a black light.
No. No sergeant puncture holes. Trust me, Sir Brass, it's not mold.
Sure, it's mold. We'll run with that.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're young. And I always dealt with young males. Women weren't allowed to combat arms when I was in, and for the end part of my career, the first couple of years I wasn't combat arms. I was combat arms from there on out, and it's all males, all young males with a really high testosterone level, and a really low IQ.
Yeah.
Not because they're stupid, but because they're young males. Witness Cedar Son.
Yeah.
And doing, it's strippers and privates are a military stereotype for a reason.
Just like cops and strippers.
Same thing. Cops and nurses.
Yeah.
Cops,
strippers, and nurses.
Yeah. I tell young peace officers, stay away from the ER nurses. ER nurses are nuts.
Yeah.
Cops aren't much better. And I had ER nurses go through my young deputies like they were picking daisies.
It worked well until it didn't. Yeah, Tom. 50% female works well until it doesn't. When it doesn't, oh my God.
Yeah, it's the cops and firemen. Firemen and cops need to stay away from ERs. Stay away from the ER nurses. And paramedics. Stay away from ER nurses. It never ends well. It doesn't. It never ends well. ER nurses are a strange breed.
Yep. I do want to go back to one thing though. We're talking about, kind of mentioned bumpers, heavy duty bumpers. That is one of the things that most people that buy these heavy duty bumpers fuck up is They never change the shocks. They never get the vehicle aligned after they put that heavy duty bumper on. They don't check their spring rates. And they wonder why, when the vehicle goes down the road, it goes down bouncing along. Some of these new bumpers, especially the custom built ones, like Ranch Hand, among
Ranch
others.
Hand. Have ranch hands professionally installed. Don't ever put a ranch hand bumper on by yourself.
No,
Have those things professionally installed.
because they weigh up to 200 pounds, if not more. When you put 200 pounds that far out in front of the front wheels, that changes any number of things, not the least of which is your toe and your alignment. And it makes the back of the truck that much lighter.
Which is truck's light anyway.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Cedar's kid didn't roll that truck. I really am.
I think he was going too fast to roll it, quite honestly,
Well,
because he got a good enough launch angle.
I'm a head to work a little early so I can pull over and take a look at the scene in the daylight. What I love about this stream is watching Jim and Ian's ADHD versus the chat's ADHD.
Yeah, and the other thing is, a lot of these people will throw in a winch, which is another 25 or 50 pounds. And if they do not attach it properly to the frame, i.e. with grade 8 bolts, not the cheap shit that comes with it.
Ranch hand makes a terrific bumper.
Yeah.
If I have to get a deer massacring bumper, it'll be from Ranch Hand. But I'm also going to have the damn thing professionally installed.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole bunch on that front end got to be changed out if you're putting a Ranch Hand in there.
Yeah, Rick. You better put 200 pounds in the bed, which nobody does. And a high polar moment, the truck's going to handle like a wallowing hot dog, or hog. But again, if you're going to do that, for God's sakes, do the extra stuff to make sure that your truck or your Jeep or whatever the hell it is still functional.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want a good bumper, get an Australian style roo guard. Roo guards, instead of being straight up like this, they're actually tilted forward, because when they hit a kangaroo, they want it to go under the truck, not over the top of it.
I used to tell my kids, if you see a deer, accelerate.
Yeah.
Just accelerate through a little butter. You'll be fine.
Ranch hand bumper with reactive plates.
Or claymores.
That is,
That way Kelly can get the entire spread.
yeah.
and make his ace.
Yeah. YouTube videos of rednecks trying to yank stuff up with their winch. Only to yank whatever part of the truck the winch is attached to off the truck. Yes, that is sadly a routine occurrence. Yeah.
Why are you guys still using ship? It's too damn big to take down.
Yeah. Besides which, it's
kind of neat. And we went for damn near a year with that one quilt.
Yeah.
Makes a nice change.
Besides which, it's so screwed up, it's hilarious.
Yo ho ho.
Yeah.
We hearties.
Yeah. And Richard said the last deer he encountered a hit from the side. See, that's where you need the Wile E. Coyote outline to stick over the dent,
Band-Aid.
Yeah. They actually make that cutout.
Good.
Yeah. Because I saw one here not too long ago in town. It was obviously a farm truck.
Obviously.
But it had the dent right in front of the rear tire. And it had the Wile E. Coyote, which was about a good 3.5 feet tall, right over the dent.
The one of the officers asked me what ranch Cedar was off of, the way she lit into that boy. Well, Where was I? I was 80 squirrels. In other news, I thought I had a line on a Ruger 44M Deerfield carbine, and
yeah.
one of my grill guns. I used to have a Ruger 44M Deerfield back when I first started law enforcement. I picked up a Ruger 44M at a pawn shop for $189.
Yeah.
And that was the best little rifle I've ever had. It really was. Sweet little rifle. For those of you who don't know it, Ruger 44M was a predecessor to the Ruger 1022. It's a semi-automatic, gas-operated 44 Magnum tube-fed. Takes 4 rounds, loads like a shotgun in a tube magazine. And that thing was a real treasure when you were going through the Canadian breaks or the Caprock breaks looking for lost kids.
Yeah.
And you were listening to the mountain lions that officially aren't in North Texas or the Texas Panhandle screaming.
They're wanting to know if you can get the body cam footage from Cedar's NCO performance.
I'm pretty sure that's gone on the year's best.
Yeah, probably.
Apparently she went off like a grenade, and I'm so proud of her.
Anyway, finish your story.
Which story?
44M. The one you tried to buy that turned out to not be.
Yeah. So where was I? Squirrels, glow stick. Fuck. Yeah. So one of Rita's siblings, they've got a house they're cleaning out, and they found a what I heard in the background as a tube-fed Ruger semi-auto 44 Magnum, and I said, "Does it say Deerfield?" And voice said, "Yes." I said, "Whatever he wants for it, I'll pay it." It wasn't. It was a 22 lever action.
Yeah.
Greenfield, not Deerfield.
Yeah.
I was annoyed.
Speaking of annoyed, I don't know if anybody's watching the women's NCAA, but I watched the game last night between Iowa and LSU. Revenge is best served cold. LSU got whooped. And the young lady named Caitlin Clark, who was dissed rather badly by LSU last year in the finals, got revenge last night. She put up over 40 points by herself, including some 3-point shots that were launched from the stands, basically, and accounted for almost 75% of the points scored by Iowa between her shooting and her handoffs and passes, because LSU tried to glom onto her to keep her from shooting and left the other team open. And she was just feeding them off.
I believe statements were made. She was making some points.
Yes. And I found it even funnier because, one, LSU walked out on the national anthem.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, they didn't know when the anthem was going to be.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
And two, your dad rage quit the game. Yeah. And secondly, one of the LSU players, white player, by the way, the only one on the team, was complaining about the, quote, bad reputation that LSU women's basketball has for being, quote, dirty debutantes. And her statement was, well, it's because we have black players. No, that's not what it is.
Wow.
It's the fact that LSU women's basketball is a bunch of egotistical little bitches who play the race card at will because they can get away with it.
Feel better.
And it was absolutely hilarious, from my perspective, hilarious, to look at the comment section.
Oh, I'll bet.
Because everybody in the comment section was going, no, girl, you're not right. Dirty debutantes is a category on certain websites. Yes, it is, Farm Girl.
Dawn.
Ah, so they're going, no, it's because because your girls are not good people. They are deserving of that title. They are deserving of that because of their actions. Liz, go look up debutante. We're not even going to get into that.
A debutante is a young lady being introduced onto the social scene.
Yeah.
It's a Southern thing. Used to be a national thing. Debutantes are young ladies that have now become of marriageable age and are being introduced to the social scene to seek out a suitor.
Yeah.
Ish. Still got the migraine slip.
You recruit
Really?
thugs to win, you get thug behavior. That's exactly right, Rick. That's what they are. And the LSU coach does that. That's the way she plays.
Good Lord, my hair blends into the background.
Yeah. Debutante on the market. Yep.
Squirrels. My hair, it does. It blends into the background.
Oh.
Wow. Ooh, my squirrels are bad. When I get sleepy, my squirrels get really bad.
Yeah, they've changed the meaning of coming out parties in the last couple of generations. Oh, Sarah, you are so right. Please marry our little shrew. And most of them are.
Padre's correct. Debut is the root word for debutante.
Yeah.
The squirrels are definitely driving the meat puppet right now. Whew.
Yeah, the once I got stuck going to one of those things as an escort.
I wasn't an officer. It was great. I didn't have to go.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And talk about whiny and stuck up. And oh my God, do you know who I don't care who your damn family is. Let's get this over with. Walk you down the friggin' stairwell or stairs so I can get the hell out of here and go get a beer.
I'm given to understand that Army and Marine Corps officers are in the South are in big demand for debutante parties.
Oh yeah, especially naval aviators because they want to grab that Navy aviator and get all that flight pay that they can spend. Yeah.
I don't necessarily think the young ladies at the time are looking. They like the uniforms.
Yeah, they like the uniforms. They like the money. And they like the fact that hubby goes away for 6 to 9 months and they can do what they want to.
Well, you're going to go there. We're going to go there.
Well, I'm going to go there because I've watched it happen. One of my...
I've had to counsel young PFCs that came back to a Dear John letter.
One of my neighbors was an officer, another squadron pilot, and married this girl. And we're going, you're crazy. She is not right in the head. And yes, she was a little debutante. And he goes on deployment. She runs all of his credit cards up, doesn't pay any of the bills, doesn't pay the apartment rent. And when she gets kicked out, because they didn't pay the rent, she leaves everything and goes home to mom and daddy.
Goes home to mom and daddy.
And he comes back off deployment, has no place to live, has no furniture, and they've towed his car.
And there's probably
and every credit card is maxed out.
And there's probably a annulment papers waiting in his post office, in his mailbox.
Yeah. And he almost got court-martialed over that.
Cavalry officers did the cavalry officers did a lot of debutante parties.
Yeah.
And you always tell when they're done because they'd be back in the barracks slamming tequila and thanking God they're done.
Yep. Yeah, Rick, that's about the truth too.
Sabres and Spurs or Marine Corps blues, dress blues, are high demand at debutante parties.
Yeah.
Was it party food? I don't know. I never went. Thank God. They didn't want me there. Hey, NCOs were not supposed to go because we tended to say stuff.
Yeah. Liz, trust me, the party food wasn't that good either. And they didn't serve any booze. Damn it. So we all left early and went back to the barracks and got hammered.
Hammered. Hopefully the chow hall was open enough to get a sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why the command wants to counsel you before you get married.
The number of weddings when I was in Cav was incredible. And
Ray,
what?
sabers should be a rope yoke, a leather glove, and see if you can stay on for the whole 8 seconds.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have to explain that to Liz later on. Thank you. Go look at Clockers, Liz. Where was I?
the only good thing was he married the bartender, not the stripper. Bartenders make good money.
I like bartenders. Actually, strippers are fun to talk to.
Yeah.
If you want a 10,000-foot view of the male of the species, go buy a stripper a drink and talk to her for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. If they can even converse, if they're not high on something. Oh. Yeah, as long as you only talk. Yeah, it depends on whether it's a vertical or horizontal conversation.
I worked the organized crime task force for too long. Talking. I've been to too many crime scenes. Ain't touching that.
Yeah.
It's like furries. Furries are just.
Yeah. Yes, Sir Brass. That's damn sure true.
I forget who. Recently, somebody asked me what I thought of furries. I said I'm a cop, and
Yeah.
somebody else said, "Well, that explains a lot."
Pre-deployment briefs should always begin with, "Don't marry the stripper or give her your power of attorney to your truck
No.
or anything else,
No.
much less give them a credit card." Oh,
hell
my
no.
God.
Hell no. No, sitting and talking to them it could be an eye-opening experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and it never ends well.
Sitting and talking to them did. I left.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking if you marry one, it's
Well, I'm sure somewhere that mythical unicorn of a private and stripper who got married and went on to a long and loving relationship exists.
yeah, I probably do.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either. Oh, yeah, AJ dated a bartender in Norfolk, Virginia Beach. Yeah, that you got training because they are definitely out there. Funny bartender story. One of my neighbors, a retired Marine major, Mustang, 3 daughters. Oldest one, college education, med school, working as a doctor.
Well done.
Middle daughter, college education, psychiatry, working as bartender.
Probably making more money.
That plus she would never get a job in psychiatry because she had too many tattoos. Because she had fallen in lust with a carpenter who worked in the movie business when she was in college. And he was into tattoos, and she ended up with full sleeves plus neck tattoos.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. So, master's degree and never able to use it. Youngest daughter, athlete. Full scholarship to Gettysburg University. And went on to play internationally what's the game where they beat each other with sticks?
That's hockey?
Yeah, field hockey. Basically.
Okay, field hockey. Yeah. Ouch.
There's a name for it. I can't remember. Anyway, she went on to play that internationally, and damn good. And now works in New York City with her husband, who is a stockbroker and a good one. So as he said, lacrosse. Yes, thank you, lacrosse. Never played it. Yeah, so just not something that sticks in the brain cells. So as he said, $3, 2 out of 3 turned out good. The other one, yeah, whatever.
I had a request from Jonna. So I was told I must mention this. So before we clip off, yesterday, Jonna and we were at the shop, and our postman comes in, and he had a big armful of packages, and we love our postman because he said, "You get a package, and you get a package, and you get a package. Everybody gets a package, so just like Oprah, except without the pedophilia." And and then he left. And Jonna was like, "I love small town Texas."
Oh my God. And on that note, we're done, folks. Oh.
You get a package. I'm just like Oprah. That's a pedophilia.
I mean, one of these days we need to have him not in uniform on the live stream. Wow, I like him a lot. He's great. I don't think he could work any other place. So
No.
Here. So.
No, he couldn't. He is
Yeah.
so
acerbic
and not politically correct.
Yeah.
And when he figured out that we didn't care,
Yeah.
he'll walk in, drop a line, and leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows his room.
He knows the room.
Yeah,
He missed a good career there.
Well, I have to go fight with the inspector for my roof. So remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you Thursday.
Y'all be safe.
Bye-bye.
And the kids are okay.
Yep.